back to the SDTech channel, your ultimate destination for everything tech. In this video, we will be talking about network address translation in a Cisco network environment. Let's discuss about NAT first. NAT is a process of modifying address information in the IP header of a packet while it is in the transit across the network. NAT is commonly used to allow multiple devices to share a single public IP address, providing a layer of security by hiding their private addresses from the internet. In Cisco environment, NAT can be implemented in various methods such as static NAT, dynamic NAT, and PAT. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages, and choosing the right one depends on your network requirements. Let's discuss static NAT first. Static NAT allows you to map a public IP address to a specific private IP address, and it is commonly used for the servers. But here in this case we will be demonstrating with this network here in order to use this one. So let's begin our configuration. As you can see here, I have a 192.168.10 network here, 117 network here, 120 network here, and 200 network here, and their sizes are defined and network lengths are defined by slash notation as /30 and /24 here. Let's start our configuration. So I will be erasing the routers just to make sure that there isn't any configuration left from the previous session. So I'm going to just reload here. Same thing I will be doing at the ISP end. So this is how we can easily erase in packet tracer. And same thing here as well at IP server end. I'm going to say config erase, and let's reload this one as well. Let's do a fast forward, and that's it. Now let's open our Word file, and here I'm going to do the configuration. Now one of the major thing about NAT that one must remember is that we will not do local network advertisements on routers where NAT is to be implemented. Means what? Like if I want to deploy NAT here, I will do, suppose I'm using the RIP routing here, I will be just advertising the 117 network and not the 192.168.10 network, so that this becomes my private section and this should not be visible to anyone else outside. So we will not be advertising this network, so we will not issue the command network 192.168 under the RIP protocol. Okay, so let's look at how can we configure static NAT first. So here I will say configuration for RT local. So this is my local router, so this is RT local, and here I'm going to say enable configuration terminal, change the host name to RT local, and here interface serial 030, clock rate 128,000, IP address is going to be 117.0.0.1, 255.255.255.252, and let's do a no shut here. After that, interface GI 0/0, IP address 192.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0. and no shut this one as well. Then router rip version 2 no auto summary, and then only one single network I will advertise, that is on this side here, not the local one. So I will say 117.0.0.0 will be advertised, so network, and that's it. To write memory is done. So once this is done, let's quickly copy and paste this configuration. And here we go, it is pasted here. Now let's configure the ISP router here. So this is the router that will be at the ISP premises, which is catering to our local router. Like you have a router from a Jio or Airtel, so that is supplied here, but they also have a router that is communicating with that router. So let's configure the ISP router. So we will be configuring both ends here. So 117.0.0.2 here and 120.0.0.1 here at SE031. So configuration for RT ISP, enable configuration terminal, hostname change it to RT ISP, interface serial 030, IP address 117.0.0.2, 255.255.255.252, and no shut this one. Similarly, interface serial 031, but it has a clock rate, so clock rate 128,000, and IP address is going to be 120.0.0.1, 255.255.255.252, and no shut this one here as well. Now router rip version 2. Now this is the router where we are not implementing NAT, so both the networks will be advertised. So network no auto summary, network 117.0.0.0 and network 120.0.0.0, and to write memory. And done. So if you hover your mouse here, you can see the pointer. So 117.0.0.2 is allocated at serial 030, and 120.0.0.1 has been allocated here at serial 031. Let's quickly configure this section, ISP server router. So I'm going to say here configuration for RT ISP server, enable configuration terminal, change the host name to RT ISP server, interface serial 030, IP address 120.0.0.2, 255.255.255.252, and no shut this one. Interface GI 0/0, IP address is going to be 200.0.0.1, 255.255.255.0, and no shut this one as well. Router rip version 2 no auto summary, network 120.0.0.0, and network 200.0.0.0 is advertised on the RIP protocol. and do write memory. So same thing I'm going to do here and done. So as you can see here, the networks are advertised. Now let's configure this server and here. So onto the server, if you look at the IP configuration, I've already provided the IP address here. So 200.0.0.2, gateway is 200.0.0.1, and this server is also acting like a DNS server, so same IP address here. So now let's try to ping this server from this router. So I'll say do ping 200.0.0.2. So I'm getting the reply here. So 100% success rate. So we are able to ping here, but if I go into this PC here, this PC cannot ping. So the IP configuration, so I've given 10.2 address here. Now if I try to ping this gateway, I'll be able to ping 192.168.10.1. I'm able to ping, but if I want to reach anything beyond that, because I have not done any sort of a routing, I won't be able to reach there. So let's try ping 200.0.0.2 here. So as you can see guys here, it will not be pinging. So I'll fast forward a bit to check the same. So see, request timeout means it is not able to reach these networks because we have not advertised this network. This is the basic principle. So in NAT, in any type of NAT, we will not advertise this network. Now the question is, how can this PC get the access to this server? That is through the NAT. The first is the static NAT that we will be implementing here. Let's see. So here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say IP NAT inside source static NAT, means one-to-one mapping from this IP address to this IP address here. So here we need to declare the inside address, that is inside local address. So inside local address here, if I'm over my pointer is 192.168.10.2. So I'll provide this here 192.168.10.2. and next it demands is the global IP address. So global IP address here is the address that is provided by the ISP to us, that is 117.0.0.1. Done. Now after doing this, we should define which interface is the inside interface that is towards our inside network and what is belonging to the outside, means that is catering or that is being connected to the outside network. So here serial 030 is our outside interface and GI00 is our inside interface. So let's define these. So I'll say interface serial 030 IP NAT outside and interface GI 0/0 IP NAT inside. So after this is done, now I'll save the configuration, do write memory, and here if you go into this PC and say ping, repeat the same command, now you will see I'm able to ping the server. But if I try to ping this point here, that is 192.168.10.2 from server, let's see what happens. So ping 192.168.10.2. so it says the destination host is unreachable, so it doesn't know about the route, but I'm still able to use it. But it can ping this up to this point, that is 117.0.0.1 here. So see, we are able to ping up to this router, but this server doesn't know what lies behind these so in the inside network it doesn't know, but if this wants to ping the server, it is perfectly working. So this is the advantage of using the NAT. So this was static NAT. So that concludes our video on static NAT. So in the next video we are going to discuss about the dynamic NAT. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and don't forget to subscribe to the SDTechX channel for more tech related tutorials and reviews. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.